Welcome to my pet project. This is Lauren Brinkman. On December 10th of 2025, we were able to visit a number of shelters in central Tennessee. And one of them, I think it was the first shelter we visited that day, was Franklin County Animal Control. We got to spend some time with Heather and her animal control officers. They are in charge of any animals that are brought into their shelter. They're an open intake shelter that serves a community of about 43,000 people. Franklin County was the settlement started there in about 1800. Davy Crockett actually settled there briefly. And another fun fact about this community is that during temperance in the late 19th century, residents discovered that if a town was unincorporated, they could have liquor there. And so unincorporated they did. They abolished their charters and were able to get their alcohol. It wasn't until 1964 that schools were finally desegregated in this area. So it was interesting learning about the communities as we were there, and almost a lot just research afterward. But going through the shelter was it was really kind of an adventure learning about what they did here. The shelter is old. They're working on having a new shelter built. And so that'll be really exciting for the animals. There were some animals who lived inside and some animals who lived outside. They all had dog houses in the enclosures. So that was good because it still actually was quite cold there when we visited. I always thought it was a lot warmer in Tennessee. There was, I can't remember what year they stopped doing it, but between 15 and 20 years ago, they were still euthanizing animals when space ran out by using a gas chamber. And they would do that by taking the truck and putting it up to the enclosure, and that's how the animals would be euthanized. They very proudly have come a far way in not that long, in a couple decades of time. And Heather, who wasn't there when that happened, but now has taken training classes to euthanize through injection. And I don't mean to focus on that, but to me, that's a huge area of progress, that if we are having to do certain things that nobody wants to be doing, to do it in a much more humane way. Now they use the old gas chamber to keep moms and puppies. It's a very different kind of enclosure now, but that shows how the facility really does need to be upgraded. So they're really excited to have that new facility in the works. This shelter was one of the only ones we visited that was able to serve cats. So anyone who brought cats in from the community was able to have them be there, and they worked to transfer those cats up to places like us in Wisconsin. It was really great talking to their animal control officers. It's a really nice crew of people who really care about the animals. So join me as we go through Franklin County Animal Control.
So used to, all the cats actually had to be kept outside. This was what, 3 years ago, maybe. They got these put in, and
These are really nice.
yeah, because used to they're in the banker cages, metal outside.
Oh yeah.
It used to be made outside.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to see the red barn where they used to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's now storage.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah. And that we actually had built. They used to not even have that. They used to be rabbit cages.
Really?
Puppy?
They tie dogs up in different areas so that they can clean the cages and then put them back.
As we walked through, it was too loud to keep on recording what we were trying to say to one another. We kept on almost hollering into each other's ears. And Sam showed me that outside were some cages that cats or puppies would typically live in the winter when space became full inside. So often, without any protection from the elements, when it would get down into the 20s and 30s, animals would fully be living outside. Each of these dogs had an enclosure which they could be in when it was really windy or rainy. And we were trying to get some pictures to try to convince some of our local fosters to say yes to some of these really special dogs. But they were very amped up, and this poor little guy was scared. Sam said that she often doesn't go into the kennels. She waits for people to let her know about the animals in a different way because it's just pretty emotionally charged for her when she goes in. But just about every day, she is taking animals from these shelters and putting them into her vet clinic where they're safe while they await transport out.
I've actually been here the longest.
Is there like a reason or not?
Daddy picked some. Hi, babies.
And are they like about a pair they came in together?
This one has been in here the longest. They put her in here, so they must have adopted his friend.
Okay.
So when I first got here the other day, they had that dog and the three on the end over there just all running, playing in the play yard. A huge thing I definitely like to emphasize is the dogs that get overlooked continentally. It's very typical for the cute little dogs to get picked first. But like,
That one's been the longest.
The black one here.
the black one on the very end has a great personality, very friendly. They throw them in the yard together, they play together well, and it's just one of those things that they don't get picked.
And I know black dogs get overlooked.
Yeah, and it's unless it's long hair, fluffy, and black, they just don't get picked. So. You're so cute. They have really bad. Yeah, but this is where the dogs. They get out, but they stay in kennels. Show him the.
Hi. Oh, Betty.
We all know Jen loves speckled dogs.
Yes.
Definitely not as bad as it is sometimes.
That one right there.
Nice.
situations.
Oh,
I got set up for them.
yeah.
So,
Especially with those holes to go.
yeah, I like having the clean side.
Yeah. Look at your tail.
Real tight.
So, do you guys ever get filled up here?
Well,
And then,
That's when we called her and like, hey, we need help.
do you end up having to like ever euthanize because of like space running out? 'Cause, I mean, I would imagine it just hits critical mass at some point.
It happens. It's more just if we let it get too piled up, sickness starts, and then it's just we either lose some or we lose all.
we had
Yeah.
what was it? A couple weeks ago.
you have
Like
a friend.
20 cats.
They all got sick.
No,
Or they all.
just had to make her.
Yeah.
We had what 40, 46?
And I mean, we had cats on top of cats on top of cats, and you know, when you do stuff like that, they get sick.
And like, who makes, I mean, like, is it like first in, first out? Or is it like behavior? Or, I mean, with cats, it's
Both.
probably hard
Uh,
to know as
We
much.
start with behavior because it just makes sense.
Yeah.
I just kind of ran with whoever's been here the longest, and if we have any that are just you can't get near, then it's terrible. It's a lucky decision. To have to make.
Absolutely. Well, we were just at another shelter that they don't ever euthanize.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is, like, I also don't know what kind of life that is, right? Like, even if you had extra, infinite kennels, like, I don't know.
We're open intake. As long as you live here, we have to.
Okay.
We don't have a choice to tell you.
If it's like a dog that doesn't have a court case that has like a known bite, are you
Trying to get your attention.
like, will you, like, do you have to hold the animal for so many days before
If it's a
you,
dog bite, technically hold them for 10 days. As
like a
re-
dog bite or like a dog human bite?
Either or.
Okay.
Hold it for 10 days, observe it. 9 times out of 10, like I've got one right now that's here for attacking another dog. I'm holding it for 10 days, and when his owner comes to get it, I'm citing him in court for letting his dog run loose. So,
Do you ever see, like, during that 10 days, because that's what Wisconsin does too, like rabies quarantine, I'm imagining
Yeah.
that's what that is. Do you ever see a positive? Like, do you see rabies down here?
I think the last case that we had was several years ago, and I think it actually was bad.
Yeah, because I was imagining it would be similar, but you just never know. Like, different areas might have more of.
For our area, we
It's
knock
not
on wood.
Yeah, absolutely.
Haven't really seen anything crazy like that.
and it's more wildlife than
Hmm.
like your cats, dogs, whatever.
Are there lots of animals running loose that you guys like? Are you guys out in the field, like doing, like, somebody calls and like they're like, there's this gang of dogs, or like there's this dog loose? Like, are
Never
you
know.
called and then you go, or?
Oh, we get a call, we go. There's
Like,
no question.
It can go from a neighbor complaining that their neighbor's dog is pooping in their yard to
No
hey, this
problems.
dog just bit my kid. Like,
It ranges.
like I had a guy call saying that he was taking his daughter to the doctor. A kitten had bit it, or bit his kid, and I was like, "Well, that kitten's probably young enough not to have anything to worry about. I'm not a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably just run antibiotics and Tylenol and stuff like that, and kid would probably be fine." And he was like, "Well, do I need to get her rabies shots?" And I was like, "If you want to, you're her parent. I'm not making that choice for you. Again, I'm not a doctor."
Yeah.
We held the cat for 10 days, and they ended up coming back and adopting him.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, it was a bit confusing. Like, we'll take it.
because at first it seemed like he was deathly scared of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, this kitten was
That's us.
half the size of that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when left, it was that size.
And, so
Wow.
we held it, and
Well,
we
that's
adopted
probably a pretty great outcome then, like compared to like what it could have been, because it's hard to adopt out a cat who has a bite history then too. But I don't know. Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
Is this the rabble rouse?
Yeah.
More than welcome to open and pedal.
Yeah, they're lots trying to pet you.
Right here down
Right behind me. Okay.
They just got here. They haven't had them.
I'll just send Jen a video. Like, they safe, man.
Is this one of the? Is this guy okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I think they're hiding. So.
I'm in here. That one right there behind you.
Yes.
It's always like that.
I know. They're so sweet. It's just purring.
Hello. Can I open this or are you holding it closed?
Yeah. And then there's these little things.
Oh, okay. Hi. Hello.
Want to go with me?
Do you guys have pets at home?
I've got 2 dogs. Here.
Yeah. Do you have a certain type that you like, or equal opportunity?
I can't stand my wife's dog, but I'm not about to tell her that.
And what kind of dog is
It's
that?
a Shaween. If the wind blows just right, he barks, and it's very shrill. And I deal with it all day at work. It's like, and then my dog, he's like, I don't know, Lab Retriever mix. He's a Heinz 57 dog, but he abandoned me when my wife and I got married. And it's been 50 years now. My wife's dead.
Hi.
Mine is actually from that I picked up over at the Farmers and Deckard. I got a little brown beach.
Don't touch me up.
50 pounds.
Probably 60. She gets too many
I know.
tail scraps.
Sam, how many pets do you have at home?
I have 4 dogs and 3 cats.
That's like pretty normal.
Yes. I think so too. You should tell my boyfriend.
I told my wife when I first started working here, the only thing that she was coming home with that came from this building was me.
So far, so good.
Yeah, so far.
Okay.
I've been here 2.5 years. So
I know. I think you would.
Hopefully, she doesn't trade you in, or is that what you just said?
no, we're kind of limited on space right now. So
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So before several years ago, this used to be the gas chamber, where they would euthanize the dogs, but now they use it to house mama dogs or puppies, something to keep them because most of the dogs are outside and it's cold right now, so just a warm space.
How long ago would you estimate that was?
I would say about 16, 17 years ago,
Okay.
at least.
I remember when I got into animal welfare, it was like I was shocked that was still happening. It was
How
about
they would
20
do
years
it
ago.
is he would back his truck up and use his bubble exhaust.
I could start handing it to you.
My name is Heather Snyder. I've been an animal control officer for 10 years now. Many challenges over the years. I mean, you never know beginning of the day what's going to happen. You know, some days you sit and nothing too crazy happens, and the next day you get a call to a welfare check and you're taking 30 dogs out of a house full of pee and poop and everything else. It just really depends. I don't think people quite understand, like, people like to say for animal controls, hey, you should have a day that you only take owner surrenders, or you only take a day that you take so many dogs, but we can't. We're open intake. So if you show up yesterday with 7 dogs, we took in 7 dogs. I have somebody on the phone right now who wants to surrender a Pavro puppy. And so what am I supposed to do? If we got it, we would have to put it down because we have ones like, this puppy here that it would cause to die, or those puppies. So it's always a juggling act of what to do and where to put them, and you have to just quickly do it. I know one time we took in 27 dogs and it was under a tornado warning, and you can see the tornado coming, and we still threw the dogs in and ran, and we got them all. And
How many animals do you think you're taking in a year or a month? I know it probably varies a lot, like you're saying
Yeah.
day to day, but what's
right
your
now,
intake?
our intake is about 1,300, 1,400 dollars for, if you combine them. our system numbers the animals as we, log them in, and we are at 1650.
Wow.
And that's not, sometimes we don't count puppies either. So, or a mama cat has 8 kittens, we can put mama and 8 kittens. So we've taken in about 1,700 animals this year alone.
Do they leave by going to like transfer partners, or are they leaving from adoption, or how are they?
We would love them all to go to adoption or rescue, but reality is there's just no way. I mean, I think the month of, July, we took in 140 dogs and 170 cats. There's just no way that you can find that many people willing to just grab the animals and go. We do euthanize here, and as in we euthanize, I mean, I'm a euthanizing tech, we all 3 are. So we have to get attached to these animals and try to work with these animals, and then nobody can take them, and no fault of no one's own. It's just there's nowhere for them to go, and then we have to put them down, and it can be hard.
And Sam was telling us that it used to be like 16 years ago, I think you were estimating, there was a gas chamber, and that's how euthanasia happened.
Correct.
And you guys have really come along in that mentality. And like, so what is it, like you euthanize by injection?
We euthanize, it actually has come even since I started. When I first started, they would, hold the dog down and then euthanize. Now we sedate them. And so when they're coming into this room to be euthanized, they're relaxed. They don't really know what's going on. And when we use a needle and we do an IV injection, and the dog feels no pain, no nothing.
It's humane.
It's very humane. I mean, it's better than being on the street starving to death.
And do you see a lot of cases that come in where there's like neglect or abuse or anything, or suspected neglect or abuse?
Oh, yes.
Skinny dogs are like...
Always. Skinny dogs get the trap, just all the time. And you never know when you're going to get it.
And what about, like, if you do have a community member who wants to adopt, do you have like an application that people fill out, or do people come in and they talk to you?
Yeah, they come in and talk to us. We make sure they get a pet, but they have to have a vet in line in order to get the dog spayed or neutered. So we do try and talk to them. We've told many people, no, we don't have anything for you. I mean, we've had people walk in 2 dogs and say, oh, can I adopt a small dog from you now? No, you can't. We don't have any. Our adoptions are a lot smaller than our rescue partners, because we're not funded to have a vet on staff, and we can't. I mean, we are a small animal control. I mean, we're small, but we cover the entire county.
And then, so if I were to adopt from you, then you would make sure I had the resources to go to Sam's vet.
Correct.
Or,
Correct.
A local vet to
go
do that.
They're supposed to make that appointment before they leave and let us know what vet they're going to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had unlimited money, unlimited staff time, like, what do you think could fix the problems?
Spaying and neutering.
Spaying and neutering.
Spaying and neutering. Spaying and neutering. And then, we talked to you a little bit about the dogs. We call them Prairie Chapel dogs. We took 7 yesterday. We took 7 more. No, we took 13 more 3 weeks ago. It just, if spaying and neutering was happening, we wouldn't be taking 13-7. It would stop.
Is there something happening in your community that you feel like,
contributes to that? 2 things.
Yeah.
Money. Everyone said, oh, I can't afford it. And the good old boys. My dog ain't going to lose his manhood. He won't hunt no more. My female won't. If you get a lot of people misconceptions. If you get a female to cat spayed, she won't get mice anymore. I mean, I've heard it all. And so they don't think they can get their animal done. They don't think their dog will do the same once it's spayed or neutered. And it's just wrong.
It's 1 litter.
Yeah, just 1 litter. Because they're such a great dog. She's so great. I want other people to have them, but it doesn't end that way.
They're all such great dogs.
Besides, transferring animals out, like having people who are able to take those rescue shelters, what are your greatest needs here? Like, do you need volunteers? Do you need supplies? Like what?
Supplies.
Supplies.
Yeah, volunteers. really hard for us to take volunteers because we have inmate workers.
Okay.
So volunteers, you will find that a volunteer will all of a sudden be his girlfriend, and I can't, they're not going to tell me. I mean, these two, I'm not saying that these two would do that. I'm just saying we've had that in the past.
Yeah.
And then volunteers, we can't really let people just walk back there because we have dangerous dogs that we can't let around the public. So the greatest need is supplies and helping us find more rescues and people to foster once they find a rescue. Willing to help out, willing to not just complain on Facebook and do nothing.
Yeah.
Actually help.
Is there any what's this puppy?
Yes, you do.
Is there anything else you want to say?
No, just come take all my dogs and cats.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
I'm gonna take this.
Take them all. Take them.